All day at work today, I was thinking about coming home to play with my two little golems. So let's hop into some classic challenge games, guys. I had a pretty good day at work. Whoa, okay, why are we taking so long, Supercell? Disregard the fact that I've lost the first game of a classic challenge that costs 10 gems and usually has chuds in them. But yeah, so I got to leave work a little bit early today. I got some ultrasounds done. Yes, more medical concerns, but you know what? I think we're okay. I'm pretty sure it was just a little bit of a blip. I don't know if I'm a hypochondriac. I don't think I am. I think that shit is genuinely just starting to happen to me, and I'm more like aware of it because of the fact that I work in the healthcare industry. But I will say, it doesn't help that I do work in the healthcare industry, and I see a lot of people. Like I don't think I'm consciously being a hypochondriac in the sense. Like I don't think I'm doing it on purpose, but I'm definitely doing it. I am definitely aware of some of the things that I'm like, damn, I'm tweaking about this right now. So let's pop an ability here. I don't know. It felt like he's gonna have to deal with it with a little bit more elixir than just a bar barrel. Actually, maybe not. But we should basically be okay from this position. I'm gonna cycle a Night Witch. But yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about some things, and I've kind of made the point in previous videos that I feel like I'm not quite understood by my peers and stuff. And what I kind of wanted to talk about was, I guess, the reality that, a lot of people won't understand you. That being one, I tried to pop ability there and it did not work. That's super unfortunate. Bats will get some good chip. But I was thinking, like, online, it's hard to find people that resonate with you, obviously, in person. And even probably harder online because you're not actually meeting these people face to face. But for instance, I'm assuming many other people can watch Ken, for instance, Ken, right? And a good reason why I started making this channel was because of his videos, because I've genuinely found them relatable, and I saw his channel as more of like inspiration to make my own, and I think that his style of content and the way he speaks is cool. So seeing stuff like that, it makes me feel like, that there are people out there that think like me, and I feel like he is one of those people that I can see, not necessarily eye to eye with in every single discussion, but I do see a lot of similarities in the way that we approach life, and I guess feel about life. So that was one thing I kind of wanted to mention. It's pretty cool when you see that, and obviously it would be nice if I was interacting with people that share the same belief as me in person, let alone, fuck man, that's super unfortunate. Just from watching on a video. And I was watching this video earlier. I don't know if you guys are familiar with soccer players. I mean, I'm sure many of you are because soccer is a very famous sport. But I was watching this video of Thierry Henry, and if you guys don't know, Thierry Henry, very famous soccer player, but he's also a analyst for the I need this to die. He's also an analyst for Champions League broadcast matches. So a lot of the times, him and some other former pros will sit and talk about sports. Basically, talk about the Champions League and whatnot. And fuck, this is a really shit position to be in, isn't it? Alright, I lost. Whatever. And I watched this video earlier, like literally 2 seconds before I hit record, of him talking to Micah Richards, which is another former professional player. And I mean, to me, the entire thing is like, I don't want to say surreal, but it just feels like I don't even know Thierry as a person, but I know that we think alike just by judging that video. But he was having this very, very personal conversation with Micah Richards, which is a former professional player, 10 years younger than him. This is just insane work that he just ripped this much elixir. I should really go with an E-Golem here. And he's having this really personal conversation about Micah Richards after his playing career, how he dealt with, I guess, the trauma of ending his career. He had a lot of, Micah Richards, if you don't know, had a lot of injuries. So he's talking about his injury concerns basically in the video, and how he dealt with, I guess, the trauma of having his career cut short in that sense. And he's on live television and he's asking another person, about these struggles, and he's asking how he coped with his problems, and the other, Micah Richards is comfortable enough to tell him on live TV, that he struggled with an alcohol addiction, all of this stuff. And this is just a broadcast for in the middle of a Champions League match, or a post game broadcast, and they're just sitting there like talking about these things, and it's super cool that these people. As we idolize them as celebrities and as athletes and all these things, they genuinely think the same as many of us do, which you kind of forget sometimes, and it's just cool. I mean, they're having this conversation, and you can tell, like, Thierry Henry isn't there to like clown him at all. Like, that wasn't his intention. Wasn't to like make him feel bad about his alcohol addiction or anything like that. Like, he was genuinely there as a friend, and you can sense that through the TV and through the broadcast. He's there as a friend, trying to like be there for another person. Like I'm saying, while on live TV, and I feel like that's just so rare. I feel like that is something you don't see very often whatsoever. Um, in real life, let alone on national live TV from a former professional player, and it's just cool to watch that because I'm watching Thierry Henry, idol for many, and I'm like, not only is this guy an incredible footballer, but this guy is also like a stand-up dude, like a genuine. Like, you could sense from that broadcast like that this person cares about others and makes that apparent, and I feel like I strive to be like that. I strive to be like that for other people, and if I'm not, I want to make an emphasis towards being that. So when I do see videos of, for instance, like Ken, like I was mentioning earlier, of him talking about these different things that I relate to as well, and his navigation through life of him also being in the same boat that he wants to be a good person and in the way that he wants to be treated by others. It's just really cool seeing that kind of dialogue, and maybe everyone thinks the same way, and there's a good chance everyone does think very similarly to one another. It's just, I guess, the way we present things are different compared to everyone else, right? That one person will sit in front of a screen, or is comfortable to sit in front of a screen, live TV for that matter, or a YouTube video like I am, and talk about these things that are deeper and more I guess difficult to talk about otherwise, and being in more vulnerable situations. When I broke up with my girlfriend from freshman year in college, which was, I don't think I've ever even mentioned her on this channel. We had only been together in a relationship for about 2 months. It wasn't really anything that serious, but it just kind of faded out, and I was used to the people that I was with prior just kind of ending things, and we would just go our separate ways. And not only did I never really get like an answer as to why things ended, I also never got the personal clarity for me as to what I personally could have done better in that situation. Like, I feel like I never really knew, or if not the fact that I didn't know, but maybe I was just ignorant to the things that I was personally doing wrong. You can always be in a situation where you get out of a relationship and you're like, this person did me wrong. Or even if you do know the things that you did wrong, you might not know the full extent of it. So I remember having that conversation after the fact, and we genuinely sat down after we broke up and just talked about how everything went. And I was like, what was it? What could I have done differently? And she told me basically that, I found it difficult to be open and be vulnerable. That it was she could sense that I was struggling with that, and it was hard for her to be in a relationship with someone that struggled with being open as I was in that moment. And that kind of since then has given me a motivation to be open, like to pursue relationships with people in that sense and be open, and not just, I guess, I don't really know where I'm going with this. He's going tornado, fireball, OD. Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, just having that conversation with her in that moment, and seeing from her perspective the things that I personally, she thinks, I could have done, I guess, better in the relationship, what I could have worked on about myself was, and the fact that I understand now that to be more vulnerable is something that I need to work on, all these different things, was a super cool and important moment for me, because it did open my eyes. I will admit that my eyes were definitely opened as a result, to the faults that I had personally been going through, and I knew that I was going through. So now I know for a fact that I need to work on my ability to be more vulnerable with the people that are around me, because I do find that difficult, and all it really takes is that extra emphasis to get to that point. Can we somehow win this game? Is it possible? or no? Because I'm trying to break through, and this guy's doing a pretty good job at not allowing me to break through. I'm gonna try to arrows. I need to predict arrows on whatever whenever he plays these bats. I gotta predict with arrows, and we're good. Nice. So that's kind of the message that I got there. That it is important. It's important to be vulnerable with yourself, and I guess that's something that I needed to work on, being vulnerable in situations, and that's kind of what put me in this position now, where I feel like I've gone out of my way to be vulnerable. Sorry, there's a lot of footsteps outside, so I feel kind of awkward talking about this out loud. But yeah, I guess that sense of vulnerability is what I was pursuing, and it's what I really decided to make these YouTube videos for, because it's easier for me to say this. Not only is it easier for me to hop on a video and say this and then post it and see how you guys interact with it and your thoughts. It is obviously easier to do it without being face to face, but it also has improved my ability now to have those conversations face to face, and I feel like it is evident by the conversations that I've had face to face since I've made this decision. I feel like I am more capable and comfortable being vulnerable, and that's something that I wanted to work on, like I mentioned. So that's kind of the position that I'm in. And like I said, yeah, I never really talked about that ex-girlfriend on this channel because to me it didn't really feel like a serious relationship. It was we ended for a weird reason, and it was like very early on in the relationship, so I never really felt that real. But I will always respect her for that, I guess, lesson that she taught me about myself and how to improve myself as a person and as someone in a relationship, as a lover, all these different ways that I could have improved myself upon. I'm gonna go with an e-golem like this just so I don't take any inferno damage. I'm gonna go with a skeleton king to mitigate the e-golem damage, and I'm gonna go with an inferno dragon like this. Are we chilling here? Let's go with a ability here. Ability has been popped. Is my skeleton king getting damaged, or is that those are the blobs? Yeah, I think we just won the game right there. Inferno drag is getting destroyed here, and we have a bunch of skeletons. If we can somehow get our other inferno, like, we rage him. Oh shit, bad rage, but hopefully, wait, hold on, bad arrows, I think. Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in. Nice, let's go, guys. So yeah, that's kind of a cool perception of it too. Like, I know that relationship obviously wasn't for me, and it was honestly like just kind of like a bump in the road of my life. Like, I probably won't remember that relationship. I'll remember it, but like it won't mean anything to me. Honestly, it doesn't mean much to me now. But what it will always mean to me is the moment that I realize that that is something that there's a fault in me that I have been neglecting and that I need to work on, which is my ability to be vulnerable with others. And I was kind of aware of the way I guess I was raised in this way that, to bottle everything up. And it is still something I struggle with, but at least I am like aware of it. I can be, even when I am bottling up my emotions, I am consciously aware of the fact that I am doing so. So in that matter, I can make, I guess, a difference. I can change the way I'm acting in that moment because I know that I'm aware of it, even though I continue to obviously struggle with it. It's a way for me now after that experience. I am aware of it, right? So I don't really know what brought me down this path. I guess it's just super cool, I guess, seeing other people be vulnerable. Being vulnerable is a skill that I admire a lot from people. I think it's one of the most difficult things to be, out of all the things, to be able to openly talk with other people about serious emotional things, like things that are difficult to talk about, and especially when it's on live television. Let's say like the instance that I made, or a YouTube video, maybe not as impressive, but there's so many different little things like that I can't believe I just lost my entire tower, by the way, and this fucking ice wizard is actually fucking my ass. Fucking. Yeah, so that's kind of the position that I'm in. Come on, rage, lock in. Rage, I need you. Inferno, do damage. We might be cooked. Okay. Hopefully he goes all in on that left tower. I'm kind of hoping he goes like graveyard or some bullshit. Shit, he's not going to. Okay. So let's go with a skeleton king like this. But I don't know. I was just kind of rambling there. But I feel like I got a couple points across. Maybe not to the efficacy that I would have liked. That is really how I feel. How I just explained. That is how I feel. That you know, there are obviously things that matter to me. Okay. He's gonna go graveyard opposite lane. I don't know if I quite agree with that. Unfortunately, that means my skeleton dude is gonna die. Hopefully we get a nice little bats army here. Holy shit, he's gonna take my other tower in a second. We go like this, and then we go like this, and we go like this. Please, please, Inferno, please, just do something. Just fucking do anything, please. How did everything die? Whatever, man. I don't even want to play this game anyway. I hate this game. Look, he's got the double slowdown. I mean, my fucking troops are going out once. This game is ass. I take back everything I said about being happy or good or whatever goodness I said. This guy ruined everything. This guy from, I don't even know what country that is. Is that Korea? You ruined my life, bro. I'm deleting my YouTube channel now, and everything I said about being vulnerable is going out the window. I'm bottling up all my emotions now, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.